right, y'all gotta forgive me. You know, a bitch work with one eye these days. And I can't find my damn theme song. How in the hell did this happen? Maybe I'll take these off. Help. Oh my God. Okay.
Welcome. Hey, James Brazil.
Welcome. James Brazil on here. Here we go.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I get props for putting you up on yet something else again today. When you get rich, I need a house on the back of the property. Okay? And I'm not sharing the house with guests. That's Dennis' home. Okay? I'm serious. Let them know.
What's up, people? Y'all know today is Sunday, which means it is time to talk some shit. And today we're going to talk big shit. I got my baby in the building, Miss Denin, the one who started it all. For those that don't know, she's the one who got me into this. So, yes.
I can get anybody into anything.
Yeah. As y'all can see, she is on 10, so it's about to be one of those shows. Let's kick it. So how you been doing?
I've been so blessed. Every day, small miracles, loving life. And also, while I've been blessed and loving life, I've also been having my ass dragged through the trenches.
Well, I think we both have.
Yeah. So tell me, what's been going on with you? Wait, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize the passing of your dad this week.
Yes.
So if we could just take a couple of seconds and allow us to just give Spirit a moment to thank him for his time while he was here on earth, gracing us with Eric Jones, that we know as Lyrical Black, and Kyrie, Sinaj, and be grateful for the life he lived, and even happier that he's returned to the ultimate gift of love. So if we could just take 5 seconds of silence for your dad, I would love to do that.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
What the hell is that? Is that the timer?
That's awesome. That's not on my side.
Oh,
that's not in here. That's in the studio, baby. That's somebody's iPhone.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, look at that.
But anyway, thank you for doing it.
He can't hear somebody on the app. Who can't you hear on the app?
I can't hear you on the app. Oh, I guess on the... Do you have your phone turned up, Mr. Brazil? Mr. Brazil?
He's fine, but he is of a certain age, Mr. Brazil. You know. That volume is on the side. The good news app.
The good news. I know what app I'm saying. Do you have your volume turned up?
If anybody else cannot hear us
on the Good News app,
please let us know.
Well, now Jackson and Maria on here, and I'm sure they can hear. Was Maria back on here yet? Yeah, Jackson.
Unless they're listening to us through Instagram, though.
Oh well.
So double check for the people who might be on the app.
Can you hear? Let me see who's in the chat box. Brazil, are you in the chat box? Thanks, Jackie. Jackie said you sound good. I sound good. So, Jack, it's your phone, Mr. Brazil. Get you an iPhone.
Get you an Android. He got it. I'm sure he got it.
Oh, he doesn't have an iPhone.
Get you an Android. Get you an Android.
Get you a newer iPhone. Android.
Get you a Samsung product that'll blow up on your ass.
Ooh, an Android will.
That's why I said a Samsung product.
Ooh, but I will say this. I did when I was looking at phones. I looked at the Pixel. That motherfucker higher than the iPhone.
It's more expensive.
Yeah.
You didn't look at it through Google Feed or Google Fi, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah, you should probably go back because I saw them for like $600.
She said it like that's still cheap.
That's $600 is cheap for a cell phone.
It is. And if you can you lease it through Google Fi?
I don't know if they do leasing. I don't know how it works because I haven't gotten to a point where I'm ready to give up on Samsung. Oh. So I'm not cheating around looking at other costs and product differentiations and shit like that. That's not being loyal.
Well, okay. Well, I'm loyal to iPhone.
You was looking at the Pixel.
I looked at it because it did catch my attention.
And you was playing with my Galaxy one day, but I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Playing with it and owning it are different. But I will say this now, with the exception of the iPhone 11, Android seemed to take better pictures. You got your phone turned up? Come on, because I can hear it back.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, mine is turned. Well, it don't matter. But yeah, I think Android takes better pictures because when we go out, I always tell Eddie, you take the pictures. But now I don't have to do that anymore. So yeah.
Because you got the 11.
Yeah. It was a great deal.
Well,
because people ask me, because I said, I left Sprint, but the deal that I have, I couldn't pass up, and nobody else can get this deal anyway, unless you're 55 and over. So.
You are not 55 and over?
Well, no, I'm not. But the person whose plan I'm on, yes.
You hooked up with the senior citizens home and got the senior plan?
Yeah, Ruth Ann, my mama.
That's a come up. As long as it's your mama, it's a come up.
It's a real come up.
I thought you had a little Huggy Bear, Sugar Daddy, or something in the old folks home.
Put it out there in the universe.
I'm telling you, I have to put it out there for me too.
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm it too.
But he has to look good though. I'll admit I'm a little shallow.
Yeah, you are, and I said that to you since we met. Like, I don't know how all your boyfriends have been fine. Like, how is that possible?
No, not. Okay, so they have. Whatever. But that's not. But it's not the looks that attract me. It's something else about them.
James Brazil says he's connected. He had to pull out and go back in.
Oh. Okay.
The details of the situation are always so important, James Brazil.
It is. And if you want to get in on the conversation, give us a call at 323-900-0478. You can talk to Denin and myself. So we're going to get into it. So today we're talking about what's really going on part 2. Last week I talked to Miss Lisa. This is going to talk to Denin. And Denin, for those that don't know, her and I started our podcast, Talkin Shit With Denin and Kire. And the way she did it was so funny because she didn't ask me. She just called me one day and said, "Bitch, we starting a podcast." Well, okay. What are we doing? So and she gave me the rundown. I said, I'm with it. And then we started on April the 27th, 2017.
That's crazy.
It is. We had just came back from our cruise. And then exactly 1 week from we came back, that's when we started.
That's true. I only did the podcast originally, though, because I know you just needed somebody to step out there on the ledge with you. I never, ever had an intention of staying. And I don't know if you remember this, but remember when we were thinking about potential titles for the show? And I kept saying, you should make it Talking Shit with Kire featuring. And you were like, no, It should have both of our names on it. And I was like, no, it should be like you. And if I'm not available, you can have, like, featuring this person. You were like, it's going to be our show. I knew the entire time, like, there's no need to put my name on this show. You're Oprah, baby. I'm Gail. Like, I'm going to be in the background over here looking cute and thick. And you can be up there doing interviews. Okay?
And that's how it worked out. And here we are.
And here we are. And so you're on your own doing your thing. Like I knew you could without me anyway. And you just needed somebody to tell you, go. I kicked your ass off the branch after a while.
You did. What's up, Lamar? So we have viewers. All right, so let's get into it.
Okay, let's get into it. So what is going on in current news?
Everything. Well, as I told you, we talked earlier. There's an outbreak in China, and I know you have people over there.
Yeah. So here's the deal. For those who don't know, I have not been on social media. Well, I've just been back on social media for the last maybe 5-6 months. But I still do not watch any television, and that includes news. When I go into social media, I literally go in to make posts. And I look at a couple of people's posts. If it's too many words, too detailed, looks like it's a link from somewhere, I'll go right past it, or not click on the link. Mostly because I don't want the interception of what's happening in the outer world to interrupt this healing that I'm going through. So I don't know anything about current news. I literally just found out about the Popeyes chicken sandwich last week. And I found out because some people were in a bodega having a conversation about it, and I was eavesdropping. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even known about that. I found out about the China outbreak 20 minutes before the show started. So you'll have to give me details on what's happening in China.
Okay.
Turn down your telephone. Turn the volume down on it.
I did.
Okay, let's see if I turn the volume down on mine. If they can still hear the kickback.
Can you hear it? Thank you. That's what it was. It was you. That damn Android.
It was me. I'm sorry, everybody. It was Denin.
That damn Android.
You know what? While I was talking about James Brazil knowing how to turn down his volume, it was me who needed to be taking the lesson. That was spirit just putting me back in my place. Like, don't be talking about Mr. Brazil. He's perfect. Get your volume together. So I did.
And there you have it. So, yeah, so because you've been on a break from social media, though, for, like, a good minute. Like, what?
Yeah,
a year?
Just about a year or so.
Yeah. How do you do it?
At first it's a little difficult, but the easiest thing to do is just remove the apps from your cell phone, because it's a lot harder to sit down in one place at a laptop or to pull out a laptop to check social media. So, that it was hard at first, and I did find myself longing for a notification. And then after so long, it became so easy, and my life felt better. I physically felt better in my body without having social media involved. It's just a complete distraction, but you don't realize it because it's also so entertaining until it's gone. But it's fucking awesome, to be honest. I've really been thinking, like, when I reach a certain level of financial success and stability, I'm going to get rid of my cell phone altogether and get a little flip phone. Just make phone calls and that's it. I'm going back old school, baby. Okay?
So you're going to get a rotary dial house phone, too?
You know what? If they had them, I think it would be something really nostalgic and cute to have in a house. Wouldn't you have one?
A rotary dial?
Listen, I saw a meme the other day that said, leave a kid in a room with a rotary dial phone, a TV without a remote control.
Baby, they be lost.
And it said, and it was something, and write instructions about how to use everything in cursive.
Do you know, I just now found out about they don't teach cursive anymore.
Yeah, I was so disappointed to find out. But then I started thinking, well, why weren't we learning it?
I like it.
It's beautiful, but I don't know why, other than to sign your name. Why were we learning cursive?
There you go, to sign. Because if you tell someone to sign their name and they print it, you're going to be like, what? Yeah, you can't sign your name. You can't sign your name.
Yeah. That's deep. Kids aren't signing their names these days anyway. They're using thumbprints for everything.
For the iPhone. That's deep. You can't sign your name. Cannot
sign your name.
Deep. Okay. Well, since you brought up the Popeyes chicken sandwich, I think, and this is just me, it's something in that damn sandwich. People are acting a nut. Now, I tried it when the first time it came out back in the summertime. Good. I didn't act a fool. Now you got people fighting, stabbing each other. I sent you the Boondocks video and the original video where they took it from, where the family, when that lady, she said, what am I supposed to do? I can't feed my family. I'm like, bitch, you can go to the goddamn grocery store and go home and cook for your family.
You know, people lose their mind. They don't have sense. They don't have no common sense.
But this sandwich is like the biggest craze in the world.
So, of course, I don't eat meat, so I wouldn't know nothing about this sandwich. But yesterday, a woman was talking about how she was anti this chicken sandwich. I mean, she had a strong opinion about it. She was like, in 10 years, we're going to find out that this chicken sandwich was put out to reduce the black population because we the only dumb motherfuckers eating this chicken sandwich.
No, we're not.
And she was like, everybody gonna drop dead. And I'm telling you, the only people that's gonna be left alive. Of course, she was just a lady on the on the red line.
Oh,
but
God.
Still,
on the soul train.
She was on a soapbox about the chicken sandwich. I don't know what the craze is. Like, why were people this crazy about the patty pie? Because the viral.
They were, but they wasn't fighting over it. Like, you couldn't, when you went to Walmart, they were sold out, but you couldn't fight over it. But when I see stuff like that, the patty pies and the chicken sandwich, we have money to do what we want to do. Why aren't we taking our money and investing? You know how much we gave Popeyes?
Huh?
Do you know how much money we gave Popeyes?
How much?
It's like $2 billion or something like that. I was reading it.
Because the reason people don't invest is because folks without a whole lot of money need immediate return. So investing doesn't look attractive. And I know folks are always asking, why don't we put our money in Nike instead of buying Nikes? Well, if I buy a Nikes, I have a physical pair of shoes that I can show off right now. Mm. However, if I buy stock, I can't. Not only is the money gone, I can't see that for years. A lot of people aren't long-term thinkers, and they can't afford to be. They like right here, right now. How can I? So I get the whole why aren't we investing our money in buying stock? But if we can't get from day to day, or we get a lump sum of $5,000 because everybody's about to get $5,000 for tax time. Instead of taking some of that money. Right, if they got kids, instead of taking some of that money and investing, they're going to buy a bedroom set, a new car, some clothes for their kids, some Jordans, take they booze out to Red Lobster. Get a new wig, get a face, and then all the money's going to be motherfucking gone.
Red Lobster, as if that's fine dining, but yes.
That's fine. That's the finest. Cheddar Bay biscuits. Beyonce uses it in her songs. Of course, it's top notch. Okay.
Wow. But you guys, some people do think Red Lobster is fine. Some people think Olive Garden is fine dining.
But damn, that when we start talking about food, how I instantly get hungry. You know what Lamar said? There are people behind the register waiting on people to purchase that are so rude, and I'm wondering about that too. What? Are the people in Popeyes, the employees, causing any of the drama?
Yes,
that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen videos of the workers fighting as well, not just the customers. And that's
I'm thinking it's just customers.
No, there's videos of workers fighting each other. And workers fighting customers as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why when you said the lady was on the red line on the Soul Train talking, it's not just black people. It's white. I've seen videos of white people fighting in Popeyes.
Really?
Yes.
Like, wow. Wow. Maybe it is. Maybe it is some hoodoo on that sandwich. I don't know. It came from New Orleans.
I like Nolan.
$65 million marketing win. Oh my God. Who is the person that made this video go viral? Does anybody know?
I don't.
Mr. Brazil, Lamar, Maria, anybody know?
I don't know.
Where's the original video? Because like the dude who did Patty Pie, we know who he is.
Yeah.
Right? Where's the dude who made this go viral?
Somebody
and is he getting any kind of kickback from Popeyes?
Child, probably a sandwich. I don't know.
I'm gonna need a whole franchise. Like I'm gonna need a whole franchise.
Or at least give them what they gave Beyonce. You know that all the Popeyes you eat for the rest of your life. You remember they gave her that back way back in the day with Destiny's Kid when they found out Popeyes was her favorite restaurant. She has a pass.
Lifetime.
She has a lifetime pass. She can go into any Popeyes and get whatever she wants.
Rich people always get stuff they can afford to pay for. Don't make that lifetime Beyonce to me. I don't even eat chicken, but I eat biscuits.
Well, I wouldn't.
And crawfish and toothache.
But it was funny because when they said it, well, you know me. I said, well, I would want that when I become famous. I would want churches to do that for me because I love churches.
When you famous, you can pay for your own churches.
Fuck that. If they're going to give out a pass and I can just walk in and say, hey, let me get 2 pieces of the biscuit for free and walk back out. Have a nice day. Everybody, I don't give a damn how much money you got. Everybody likes free. Free 99.
This is true.
Who don't like free?
This is true.
Okay, now moving on.
So what exactly, I know we had touched on it for a brief second, but what exactly is happening in China?
It's some type of plague, some type of outbreak where people breaking out in fevers and rashes, and they don't know what the hell's going on.
Is it Ebola?
That's the thought. Cause remember SARS was out back in, what was that? How long ago was that?
China always has something. They had the bird flu. SARS. Was SARS also the bird flu?
I think it was a form of it. It was a form of it. Like,
it's a lot of people over there. It's a lot of bodies over there.
Right. And they all want to come over here. So
have people started dying?
Yes. And they all want to come over here. Right. And the government ain't giving a damn. Like, they're getting real sick or dying, and ain't nobody giving a damn. But like
not
you said,
giving a damn,
but like not doing anything about it. Like, it's like
so that means that it's only affecting poor people.
I didn't think about that. It didn't say that, but that's a thought. Because there might be a reason why they don't care. Because, you know, governments will do that. And especially, it seems like every country is doing something for population control. And like you said, there's a whole lot of people over there.
It's a lot of people over there.
See, I don't trust none. I don't trust none of this shit. What the hell is that? What was that? Did you have a helicopter come in, or what the hell was that?
Oh, did you can hear that clearly?
Yes.
Listen, I wanted to tell you something. That's actually the train going past.
Oh.
Listen, do you know I was living here for over a year before, this is going to sound crazy, before I realized I could not see the train from my window. I was having a conversation with my dad, and I was like, yeah, the train is right outside my window. And he was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yes, it is. He was like, no, it's not. The train is outside of the living room window. And I'm all the way in the back of the house. And I thought to myself, you know what? In my mind's eye, I have seen that train because it's so close. You can hear it so close.
It's so loud. Right.
It's so loud, and it sounds so close. The train is literally a block away.
Wow.
But not until my father was like, you cannot see the train from your window, was I like,
we can hear it.
I have never seen the train from my window. But you
see, Lamar just said I heard it. Yeah,
you could not have convinced me of that before that time.
Oh, man, the
I'm
helicopter
gonna try to
landing.
reduce
I'm
it,
like
though,
a
so you
helicopter
guys
landing on the
can.
roof or some shit. What the hell going on? But okay.
It is so close. It's a block away. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's
Block
okay.
away.
It's
And
okay.
Chicago, not New York.
Shake right, shot
There.
down, shot city. But
That.
and well, moving on from the Popeyes chicken sandwich. So, in other news, I want to get your take on I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with Tank. Okay, so I want to get your take on Tank. You know, Tank has mentioned about if a man sucks on a penis once or twice, that doesn't make him gay. You shouldn't label him as gay. And I know you're one of more open minded people that I know. So I was wondering, what did you think? I know what I think, but what did you think?
Well, I want to know what you thought.
Okay, I think that he's absolutely 100% correct because women are allowed to experiment and not get labeled, but men aren't. It's like we're put in a box, and it's so and people make sexuality look black and white. Either you're gay or you're straight, and that's not true. If you know, because I ain't gonna say you have to know, but it would be nice to know why you don't like what you like. If you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? How do you know you don't like it? You never tried it, right? So
yeah. So
I'm saying, and women do it. Women experiment all the time, and they never get labeled. They looked at, oh my god, and then you get some straight dudes be like, yeah, if they woman, yeah, my woman like this, so I can join in. No, motherfucker. She had an experience, and either was for her, some maybe from time to time she liked to kick it. Maybe she don't. Maybe she found out it wasn't for her. So if a dude did it and he found it wasn't for him, like when on Insecure, that was like very real. When the dude said he had another dude, he was drunk and his friend sucked his dick. He was like, he didn't like it. Like, nah, fuck that, he wasn't into it. And she just dumped him. Oh my god, you're gay. No, he just said he was drunk and the dude sucked his dick and he said he didn't like it. So how is he gay? But we think like that. I think
the idea that he said he was drunk was kind of a buffer for the acceptance.
Well, no. He was drunk. Well, no, he was drunk, and he actually like, hey, well, you know how I am when I'm high, I go sleep. He was asleep, but he woke up, and dude was head was in his lap. Yeah, dude, head was in his lap.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even in the explanation of how it happened, he removed himself from having any responsibility for it happening. Okay, like he didn't initiate it. He didn't provoke it. He woke up to it, so kind of almost like rape. And then to say he was drunk, all of that, like all those prerequisites that I pulled out of that, and it still was not enough for him not to be labeled as gay, for her not to feel insecure about the possibility that he wasn't legitimately a straight man, right? So in all of that, I think that it's very hard to live. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but I think it's very hard to be a man and live on this planet. I think it's hard to be a woman too and live on this planet. And we both have a different set of rules that we must follow or face the consequences. And God only knows what those are. They're so varied, and different levels of detriment that who wants to deal with it. But with that being said, I think that I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I think, how does a straight man know he's straight? And I know they're a straight man like, because I like wood. How do you know you don't like it if you never tried it? Like the other day I had grits. I haven't had grits since I was maybe 3. I've been saying for almost 40 years, I don't like grits. I don't eat grits. I don't like grits. Ugh, grits nasty. And went and licked the grit. It was good. That grit was good.
I've been telling you that, but I've been telling you that grits are just banging.
I know, but guess who likes grits? I mean, you really don't know until you try. But I do feel like it's a very delicate balance and rope that men have to walk when it comes to sexuality on so many levels. I mean, you hear men talking about eating a banana and I'm gonna break my banana. Like, how immature is that? But is that the society? Is that how society has molded men to
But some
feel that
people,
insecure?
like, okay, I was watching this video, and well, I know you've been gone from it, but you've heard of Andrew Caldwell, right? The dude that was delivered.
And yes, that's the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was
still
saying,
around. He's still got his 15
listen, that fame is boiling over. So he was saying on this video,
Wow.
he was talking about Tank, and he was saying in the video how he doesn't even eat hot dogs or frankfurters because it takes him back. I said, that's a bit much, but okay, girl. So he was saying he doesn't do that, and I'm like, but why are we put into a box? Because me, and this is just speaking for myself, I have slept with more than one woman. Am I straight? Not at all.
Right.
I mean, now
Exactly.
I will say sex with a woman is not bad at all. By any means, is it bad at all? But
It's just not your preference.
not my preference. And besides that, I connect emotionally to a man. That's what makes me gay. It's not the sexual, because pleasure is a gray area. I can have sex with a woman, bang, but it would be just that. It would just be sex. But when I make that connection with a man, that's totally different.
Yeah, I get that.
And people don't
So
understand
for
that.
you, it's about energy, not necessarily.
Yes. Energy.
Yeah. Now, I think that comes with a certain level of maturity and understanding of yourself, too. Because what you are ultimately saying is, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
Well,
what matters to you is the connection. So either it is the sex or it is the energetic connection.
Well, I will say it's not the. Well, I guess it can be a connection, but I've never connected with a woman in that. Well, no. Let me take that back. I haven't connected with a woman in a long time in that way.
Okay.
Because once upon a time there was a woman that I loved. Well, you know that I loved.
Yeah.
And I was going to marry and everything. But it's been. That was back in the 90s.
1,000 years ago. I know.
Exactly.
I know.
And
I do know.
Right, exactly. And I went through the Andrew Caldwell phase at that time. I was delivered.
I ain't gay no more.
Right.
Stop it. Immediately. XA to the next A. Stop it. I don't know Pig Latin, but can somebody teach it to me so I can start talking? I know I'm too old probably to learn now, but I don't know Pig Latin.
You just take off the first letter and then add an A.
Everybody always tell me, just do this, just take off the first letter. But I'm dyslexic. I barely know how the word is spelled.
Like weed, like you say weed, instead of saying weed, you would say Eadway.
Eadway.
Yeah. Because you take out the W and then put the W at the end and add an A to it.
Speaking of weed, there is a strain called lava cake that if you're a weed smoker, I think you should try. It's a 70% indica sativa blend, but it's highly rare, this lava cake. It doesn't make you sleepy, but it does give you a deep relaxation. And instead of focus, I think it makes me creative. Like, instead of it focusing me on one thing, it just makes me think of 1,000 different things. Anyway, lava cake. That's a good strain.
Lava cake. Now, where can I get this lava cake?
Well, you're in LA, baby. I'm the one out here smuggling and snuggling.
Okay, I'm going to try
with
this
the
lava
corner
cake.
boys trying to get the, right. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you.
But
My new weed man is a woman.
Okay. The weed chick.
Whose husband and father works for her.
She a businesswoman for real.
She just had a baby and is on maternity leave.
So does she have her daddy and her husband
doing the deliveries?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You said you done got a chick.
Businesswoman. Baby, branded, packaged, everything.
Okay. Well, isn't it legal now in Illinois? Ain't y'all? No, y'all just have medicinal.
We got until January to find out what's going on with that. And they just today or yesterday did the lottery in City Hall to find out which entrepreneurs would be given licenses, which first 100 entrepreneurs would be given the licenses.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, Yeah, we're getting there. But I remember you making a statement about not trusting the government.
Yeah, not trusting the government. I don't know. I've gotten into that now. Like, I don't trust the government. Like, first y'all locking up black men for weed, and now so you're giving it to us just willy nilly.
Maybe they need y'all to relax.
But see,
make us more docile so they can control us better.
I don't trust the government. Here we go. Here we go, Miss Green Line. Okay, so I don't not like when it comes to, and I don't want the gays to have a fit, but this is just me. I don't trust the medicine called PrEP. I was on it, and I stopped. I just stopped. Well, I stopped, and I'm like, I don't trust it because I believe HIV was something that was given for population control, and then now, so now you're giving out PrEP to prevent it. What you gave, I don't trust it.
So you saying, why are you going back and trying to make things better that you originally? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
Why do you think that is? What do you think the good part of that is? Why do you think they might do it for a good reason?
Well, we talking about for the PrEP to prevent others from catching this disease, but to catch from catching it, that's a great thing.
But why would they do that?
Prevention is great. Why would you give it? I mean, why would you give that if you gave? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just giving the cure, why you can't give that? Instead of giving prevention methods, give the cure. Because you got the cure. You have all these scientists. You got the cure. I believe you have the cure. They have the cure for cancer. I believe they have the cure for HIV. I believe that. I just believe they have a room full of cures. So
you think that the medical marijuana being distributed to us is a ploy for something else?
It could be. Mm-hmm. All these dispensaries opening up and everything. We're here on the West Coast. Yeah. I don't. I just do not trust our government. I just don't. That's just me.
You know, I hadn't given much thought about it until you. I was just so happy we didn't win. You know.
Now I was like that too at first, right? I was like that too, running to the weed store because this one right around the corner from my house. Running to the weed store. Now one day I was like,
I didn't.
But you know what? You know how me and you we start thinking about shit when we smoking, and that's when I started thinking about it.
We get smart as hell, introspective than a motherfucker. Socrates, Pallades, everybody comes out, honey, because we deep,
right,
and smart.
So when I started smoking, I'm
like, should have smoked before this podcast, but
that would have been dope.
That would have been crazy. You're just laughing the whole time.
Exactly. Exactly. And so then we also talk. Oh, I was talking about the statement Tamar Braxton made, which if you all don't know,
man is gay.
Yeah, if your man,
go ahead, tell them.
So women, she's saying, ladies, if your man has not touched you in 3, 5, or 10 days, then that means he's gay. He's gay. He doesn't want. He don't want no pussy. He wants dick, which is kind of. First of all, it's way out. And where'd you come up with that? Where did she come up with that?
Where I can tell you it comes from.
What is going on over there?
Okay. There we go.
Yes.
Hopefully I've reduced the green line. We don't know though, so we'll see. And I had to get myself back together. You know what? When it comes to Tamar, Anthony, I used to have this idea like, if I try to holler at you and you don't talk to me back, you're gay.
That's so shallow.
I used to tell people that all the time.
Yes, and I used to tell you that's so shallow. That's so shallow.
That's so shallow.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe he's not interested. And like I was saying about when Tamar said, I was like on Facebook. I'm like, maybe he's just not interested. Maybe he's tired of your bullshit. Maybe your pussy stank at that moment. Maybe what? It could be maybe anything.
What? It could be maybe he's going through some depression, or maybe he's just not in the mood.
Right.
Sometimes I have dry spells where I'm not interested. I think men and women go through the same kind of feeling.
I mean, men. Well, Well, I will say there comes a time, sometimes when we are not in the mood. Is rare, but it's still we do have those those moments. When we're not in the mood.
I'm interested in what's up with the blanket statements, like across the board. Like everybody's situation is the same, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how to define yours.
Right. And then when it comes to asking why you said what you said, she says, "Well, it wasn't to everybody. It was in reference to my ex-husband."
So is she calling Vince gay?
That's a good question. Good question.
Was that cheating being done with a?
If I decide, what he said, if I decide not to touch a man for a few days, does it mean I'm straight? Yes.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes.
It means you're straight. If you're gay, you decide not to have sex with a man for a few days, you're definitely straight.
Well, I know some gays who are, well, not some, but a couple who are celibate, who are practicing celibacy.
There you go.
Right.
Sometimes you just don't need the energy exchange, and your body needs to...
A break. You need a break. And which is, yeah, I took a break. I took a break from being a hoe. I took a break.
From being a HOE?
Yes.
Hoe is life. We don't take breaks being a hoe. What are you talking about? Hoe is life.
I took a break.
Hoe is life.
I took a break.
Well,
I mean...
We do this.
I took a break.
Come on.
Well, I took a break. I did. I mean, just because now I just have two friends.
Well, listen, you know what I'm saying when I say hoe is life. Just, be and do whatever. But I do understand cutting off that exchange of energy and giving your body the time, your mind, spirit, everything the time to cleanse itself and renew before you interact again. I absolutely get it.
Right. Like that's right now. I have two friends, buddies. What do you want to call them?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so lucky of you.
Well, one of them has been in the picture for a couple of years. Well, yeah, because I was living. Yeah, a couple of years. The other one the other one we met back in the beginning of the year, and then I'm like, in the words of my daddy, you on your bullshit. So, but we finally started connecting. Last month. And it's been cool. It's cool.
Okay. So what exactly is the goal?
To kick it and have fun. If I'm available.
Really?
If you're available, we kick it.
So are you not projecting any sort of long-term commitment situation?
Okay. With these two, not at all. No.
No?
No. But either one of these two, no. One of them, well, we'll talk about the why off air. But with these two, no, not at all. And
tell it, bitch. Tell it. I want to know.
No. Right now, I am interested in something long term.
Okay.
Just not
long term, as in a long term relationship or marriage. Yes.
Well, I would love for it to end in marriage. Yeah.
Marriage. Okay.
Yeah. If we can get it together and yeah.
And neither of these two are potentials.
Oh no. I'll tell you why off air.
And there is still room for the long-term potential to come in, right?
Yeah. Come in and, yeah, because...
So his way isn't being blocked by these unnecessary energies, right?
Not at all. Okay. Because if things keep going, progressing, the way that they are, or the way how I'm seeing it can be, then I would drop these two, and I would concentrate on this. But in the meantime,
that sounds like there are three in the picture. Well, concentrate on this. What is the this? if dropping these, what is this? Because these two and this equals a 3.
Well, no, it's not a 3. It's only I'm physically dealing with 2. The third one is
an emotional connection.
Yes.
James Brazil just spelled out HOE. I hate him. How is life, James Brazil? Okay, Mr. Brazil.
Listen,
how is life?
Listen, his fan club is enough. I ain't even thinking about him. With the Brazilianaires, baby. They be ready to kill me. HOE. Yeah. They be ready to kill for him. But the emotional, because I would ultimately, of course, I would love something long term, you know. And if anybody else came into the picture, you know, if the one who I'm emotionally connected to, if that didn't work, you know, I would welcome someone to come in and get to know. But so far, nobody has captured my attention in that aspect.
So, okay, that's good.
Right.
I like how you didn't mention the emotional connection guy as somebody who you were talking to prior. Men are so crazy, so only the physical connections were the ones you were counting. And the emotional connection, you like, we just talking.
Yeah.
The emotional connection isn't the deeper of the 3.
It is. I said it. It is. Yeah. It is.
This is why men screw up all the time when they cheat on their women, because they make these emotional connections with other women. Well, when it comes to me, the greater of cheating for me is always the emotional part, not the physical. Because I've had physical intercourse with people and felt nothing for them.
Exactly.
But I've been in relations with people who I've not had physical intercourse with, just an emotional connection, and it was deeper.
Yes,
deeper.
Exactly.
So that's an ultimate betrayal for me in a relationship.
Exactly.
Is making that connection. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
And once you've made it, it's harder to break.
Well,
sex you can walk away from. You can replace sex.
Yeah.
But an emotional connection comes with memories and nostalgia and Trust me. I see you with your lips curled up like, yes.
Well, yes, because the emotional connection, it is a past participant.
Now, when did they come around?
Originally?
No. This because this is somebody from the past who has come back. When did they come back?
5 months ago.
Okay.
But actually
5 months ago.
But actually, yeah. Well, yeah. And I made a choice and got in contact
and reached out.
Yeah, reached out. So we just said, which we're doing, just said we're establishing a friendship, which is something that should have been done in the very beginning.
Right.
Well, it should have, but at that time, I wasn't on that, and they wasn't either. But just let's establish a friendship. Let's really, really get to know one another, and really, get to know one another. And I'm enjoying it.
If I say to you, Mercury is in retrograde, do you understand what that means?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
Mercury is in retrograde. Wait a minute. Dwayne broke it down to me.
I mean, you don't have to be official with it.
Okay. But that's when things go topsy-turvy.
Just tell me. Go ahead.
Things go topsy-turvy, or, some things get out of sync. If things start, some things start going out of sync, and like, what's up? You say you find a Mercury's in retrograde. Is it in retrograde now?
Yes.
Is it? Oh.
Yes. So what normally happens when Mercury is in retrograde, in addition to all of the electrical and data problems that we have with information systems, what also happens when Mercury is in retrograde, it regurgitates lessons from our past. This year alone, Mercury has gone into retrograde 3 times. We're in the middle of a retrograde now, and it doesn't end until the 20th. So we just have a couple of days, but we've been in it for about a month and a half.
Wow.
What normally happens during Mercury retrograde is we draw back into our lives people, situations, lessons from our past to test our growth. So I always question when exes come back into people's lives, because they often come back during a retrograde season. And that season is they're either coming back so that the universe can test your work. Because if a breakup happens, something happens after that breakup where lessons are learned, or you go through a purposeful healing of yourself. Mm-hmm. And then that lesson might come back around in a different way. But sometimes it comes back around directly as it presented itself in the beginning. And it can come in the form of love. And love is usually the hardest attraction for us to push away from. Because if the relationship did not end in our desire for it to end, meaning that we wanted out of it, then normally we're a bit more susceptible to allowing that energy back into our life. And not necessarily forgetting the lesson, but hoping that this time they've healed as much as you have, and you won't repeat the same lessons over and over again. So, and this is for everybody, not just, this is about jobs. This can be about familial connections. This can be about love. But Mercury is kind of like a force going this way, and then it stops and goes back. But the stopping and going back is a slow process. And it kind of comes in at you where, you're not necessarily paying attention to, this is retrograde. Let's see if any of my past pops up, any old trauma comes up. But this is how it works. So be very, very cautious of that. And again, when these energies come back, they can either be coming back to renew something, and it can be good, or simply coming back to test. And the person, they rarely know that they are your test. They don't fucking know. They're in their feelings just like you're in yours. Because just like they come back into your life, they realize they're also going back somewhere that they used to be. So just be very cautious of beginnings that have not had their full time to heal. Everybody hasn't done their work before they come back together. And it's important to not pay attention to red flags. Red flags do not exist. Only deal breakers exist. And we talk ourselves out of deal breakers as they're happening, hoping that they will either disappear or get better later. They are clear indications of your person and your inner being telling you what it is. You have to be very conscious of that. So it seems like we're slipping into something else, but I just wanted to say that as these energies are in your life, these 3 energies, make sure that none of these energies are taking up space that belongs to someone or something else. Because that's the other deal too. When we're entertained by particular energies that don't have any meaningful value for our growth, our healing, our progress, the future, oftentimes they're there just to be distractions to the work we need to do or to the blessing that's attempting to come in.
And with that being said, Denin put out there, she wanted to convince me to have a live reading on the show.
Yeah. So, that I have a particular obsession with metaphysics, period.
Yeah.
People always talk about the law of attraction, but there are thousands of laws of the universe that folks don't talk about. And I love to explore and practice and get into them. But I like all things mystery. I love anything that doesn't have a foundational base to it and an explanation that makes logical sense, because it means that it's an endless rabbit hole of understanding to go on there. And it's naturally, innately what I'm into. So I gravitate and attract what I call spiritual advisors, psychics, mediums, clairvoyants, all those kind of people to me. You know that I've been in situations where folks have just walked up to me and gave me readings and messages without me initiating them at all.
Yeah.
So over time, well, what most people don't know, but you do, is that I saw my first apparition as a child when I was about 3. And I saw them all the time. And they did not stop coming to me until I was sexually abused as a child. When I was sexually abused, I stopped seeing the apparition. But when I would see them as a child and I told my family, they immediately started praying over me and made me feel like it was the devil and it was something
that's
not
what
to
we're
talk about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we didn't know. And so I was kind of raised as that was a no-no. And I knew I didn't initiate it. There was no way I could turn it off and turn it on. So it was confusing. But as I got older, I gravitated more towards advisors, guides, people of that nature. And I realized that I had to gift myself. And we all do, by the way. Nobody is special. So let me say that. Everybody has to gift. If you think deja vu is some random bullshit, it's not. Those are your psychic abilities. We visit moments. The reason we can see the future in our mind is because we've already been there. I know some people are going to be like, what the fuck is she talking about? But the reason you can see the past is because you've been there. The reason you can see the future is because you've already created it prior to now. You've just got to get there again. So with that all being said, in addition to having the psychic ability, which we all have, mm-hmm. I also have what's called trauma bonding. So because I experienced trauma as a child and a teen, I can better connect with other people who have also experienced trauma because we look the same on the inside to each other. And though we can't see it on the outside, we can connect that way to one another. I often connect with women who have terrible relationships with their mother. That's because innately within me, I'm giving off that silent message to other people with the same trauma. So they don't know it, they don't hear it, but they feel it. There's something about this person that's similar to me. I don't know what it is. So we connect, we begin to talk, we become friends, and we find out, oh, we have this equal issue. So a lot of people in relationships, even friendships, you'll recognize they might not like all the same things, but they dislike the same person, or they dislike the same thing. So they're friends based off that dislike. That's called trauma bonding.
Wow.
Right? Wow. Yeah. So in addition to psychic ability and trauma bonding, which is everything that has happened to me in my life and how I can connect to other people who may have also, I think that this video is about to end. It says we have 12 seconds remaining.
Oh my God.
We might have to just do it back over again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to let it count down really quickly and then I'll connect with you. But I'll keep talking to you while we connect to the live.
Record just said thanks for joining.
Yeah. So what's important, I'm reconnecting now. Everybody, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that there was a time limit on it.
I didn't know that either. I guess Instagram, Facebook is not a time limit, but IG it is.
They're the same business. Facebook owns Instagram.
Do they?
Yeah, Facebook bought Instagram.
Oh, that's right.
For like $3
yeah.
million a few years
So
ago. Yeah.
I wonder. So with that being said, just real quick on it, is Facebook going to get rid of the likes buttons as well? 'Cause Instagram.
From what I hear, they're gonna be hiding likes. But I don't know if the button is going away.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay.
All right.
There.
So we got you back on live on Instagram Live.
And there I am.
So,
hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so, people, come back.
Right. Sorry about that. Anybody who was connected, come back.
Look, Brazil ain't went nowhere.
Right. We love Mr. Brazil.
We do.
But I forget what I was saying about trauma bonding and psychic connection. Yeah. So a lot of us trauma bond and we don't recognize that that's what we're doing. But if we're able to mix the blessings of our psychic ability with trauma bonding, you don't believe the kind of connection you can make to people. And I think that I'm doing a lot more of that. But I'm also a novice at this. And though it's exciting for me, it's also very scary to me because part of my trauma is that I have the perfectionist syndrome. So if it's not perfect, I don't want to be seen doing it. I don't want it on my name. I don't want to be associated with it. That's part of my personality. Some people think that that's cute. Oh, I'm a perfectionist. That's trauma. And you think that that's some creative fanciness about you. No, it's perfectionism is trauma.
Is it?
Showing it. Absolutely. You were at some point in time, told that you were not good enough. It was not good enough. You were not seen when you tried your best. So perfection is something that you attempt to gain over and over and over again to, in fact, impress the people around you because you can't possibly stand the disappointment of not being seen again. Or maybe even being abandoned because what you think you came up with wasn't good enough. So, yeah, that's trauma.
Wow.
But anyway, so I've been connecting with a group of people who have been helping me strengthen my gifts and not be so afraid of them and recognize, hear my own voice, to know the difference between spirit and my ego. And I recognize anytime my ego is absent, my spirit is speaking. Anytime my ego is absent, my spirit is speaking. Okay. The problem is my ego is a more familiar voice to me than my spirit is. So I'm more apt to follow my ego than I am spirit.
And I think is that normal for most?
I think for all of us, that's normal because our ego is directly associated to our personality and our identity. But the spirit doesn't recognize our personality or our identity. We created that ourselves.
Okay. Spirit
only recognizes the purity of the soul. So it's speaking to us all the time on a soul level. Oftentimes when I talk to people, I'll say, listen, what I'm going to say to you, you won't physically understand, but I'm talking to your soul, so I don't give a fuck about what you think about what I'm saying. Your soul understands me clearly. That's because I'm speaking to the spirit, straight to spirit. And the spirit gets intention. That's what people never get. People don't get your intention. They only get what you're physically saying and doing, unless they know you or they give you deep introspection or analytical understanding. But spirit starts right from the level of your intention, feeling soul to soul. So with that all being said, this whole journey of understanding the voices and the feelings, recognizing minds from other people has been interesting. But I'm taking classes once a week for 3 hours. And it's a lot about breathing and meditating and going with that first mind, the one that doesn't speak to what people will think of what you have to say. It's the mind that might embarrass you if you say this thing in public, or if you do this thing right now. It makes no sense. That's usually spirit speaking. That's usually the voice tomorrow.
Okay. So now with that said, oh, go ahead.
Please.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, with that said, are you ready?
So you want to do this?
Yeah.
What exactly would you be asking us?
Well, I'm on it.
And legally, can we do this? Because I'm about to make this call. Can we legally record the call or have 2 people on? Do we have to announce to them?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Who you gonna give a reading to?
Well, you.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Right, but I want to do a preliminary with you, but I also want to call somebody else in. Well, let's do the preliminary first.
Okay, well, you can call them in and then tell them like, hey, we're on live on air. I
don't know if we can do that.
Okay.
Lamar said he needs to speak to a psychic. I know a good one. I know some good ones. Like I know some great ones, some great cheap ones.
You can't hear him. You can't.
That depends on what you consider cheap.
Oh Lord, James Brazil telling I can't hear him. Oh my God, Brazil, who the hell can't you hear?
Oh yeah, if y'all can't hear somebody, let us know.
Ain't nobody said that. Brazil's the only one who said he can't hear. I think Brazil's phone or his headphones are going out. He's the only one. Everyone else can hear.
Everyone else can hear.
Right.
Brazil, pull out again.
Pull out and pull
out one. And stick it back in again.
Oh, wait a minute. He can't hear me. Wait a minute. He said he can't hear me. Well, Lamar said you can't hear me. I can't hear Kire. You can't hear me, Kire? Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Well, let me go out and come back in.
Okay. You'll come back. Are you sure that they can't hear you through the app and not through Instagram?
No, because I'm looking at it now, and I don't know. But he said through Instagram. All right, send me another request to how you do this. Now I went back to. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Ooh, okay. And we're live. It's IG. Can you hear me now, Brazil? Lamar, can you all hear me?
We hope I can hear.
I hope. You can hear me, though?
Well,
yeah, you can hear me. I can hear you on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's IG.
Because I'm on through the pack. It's IG.
But if it's IG, how can you hear Denin? Okay, I hear you now. Thank you, Lamar. Yes. Ciao. Oh, God, I can't wait till Wednesday. Look like me again.
So, let's do a reading for you first.
Okay.
And I'll just make it general. So whatever comes, we'll talk about. We'll just, go from there and discuss it. And by the way, remember, I'm not a professional. I'm still learning. Okay, that's my disclosure.
It's funny you said it because a psychic friend of mine, she said that everyone has a gift. And I said, well, Liz, I don't think I have a gift. She said, you really do. Right. She said, you really do.
Everybody does. Yeah, everybody has the gift. Everybody.
Well, Lamar, if you want a reading, call 323-900-0478 after she does mine, then we'll get you. Look at Denin got folks on to read.
I wish my teacher was on so she could be like, "Oh, you did a terrible job. You did a terrible job. That was great. That was terrible, and it was great. Keep going. Which is what she tells me from time to time.
It's terrible?
That was terrible. Yeah. She's like,
what kind of readers you doing?
Because what happens with readers is if you're not focused properly, then your shit will come out on your reading.
Oh.
you will listen to your ego speak and not the spirit speak about the person in front of you.
Oh.
So yeah, if your shit is not straight, you'll be all in somebody else's reading, telling them your business like it's theirs.
Ooh. Now, can you bring more than one person on the line, or?
Well, I personally, I've never did this over electronics. I've only done it face to face and holding hands with someone. So let's just see how it is with you first, and then we'll do them all.
Okay.
So just one energy at a time. I'm just going to take about 10 seconds. And during that time, I'm just talking to spirit, praying, asking for your ancestors and my ancestors, the spirit guides, to come in and to guide the reading. And I'm also asking that any spirits who are unwelcome to leave, I have Archangel Michael escort them to the light. So just give me 10 seconds and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Your dad's spirit is brand new, so he cannot communicate very well. But he immediately wants you to know that he is okay. He's at peace. He's okay. There is going to be a move for you. It looks, something said April. Because I know Atlanta, I'm saying Atlanta, but I don't believe that that's it. I don't think you're going to Atlanta. I think that you're going to the South for sure. I'm looking at the border of the country, and I want to say Texas because that state is stepping out to me in April. So look for talks around moving or an actual move in April. I also see the podcast being broadcast. And I see people looking at, listen, child, I see people looking at it on a cell phone, but I also see people looking at it on television. And but I don't know if television is showing YouTube. I'm unsure of that. I see a woman. She's medium build, lighter skin, beautiful. But she's gonna have something to do with children coming in. This person who you're considering, who's being considered in the emotional relationship, has a conversation about family come up between you all, like having children. Huh? Hello?
Oh. Not lately.
Oh, wow. Not lately. Oh, wow. This lady looks like some sort of way she's ushering kids into your life. I don't know if she is somebody's sister and these are her children. But for some reason, they are going to be in your care. Or are you adopting children from her?
Wow.
Yeah. So this woman is ushering kids into your life in some sort of way. I don't know if you're babysitting all the time or taking care of someone's children now,
No.
all the time someone who has a sibling, or if these are maybe foster children you all have decided to care for, but they're children being ushered in your life. And the woman who's bringing them in is a lighter skinned black woman.
Okay.
And I can't tell you when that's happening.
Wow.
But I will tell you it's the seasons are changing when it's happening because everybody that has on a life jacket, there are some leaves on the ground.
There's going to be what?
Everyone has on light jackets.
Oh,
and it looks like there are leaves on the ground. If you're in Texas, that might, I don't know how fall looks in Texas or feels in Texas. But look forward to that. Maybe some conversations surrounding kids will start to pop up. Okay. And I think that there might be somebody new coming into in a romantic way.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Very dark with very dark wavy hair. Thick, dark. It's cut short, but it's thick and dark wavy hair. And he's dark. Good looking person. Thin and tall. And
chocolate. Okay.
He also, this person works in the medical field. Maybe something to do with, I don't know why I want to say research. Medical field, works in research. But this little guy is going to be crazy about you and all over you.
Little guy, he's short?
No, he's tall.
Oh.
He's tall and black, but he's going to really be into you. But something about your personality is really standing out to him. And he knows you before you know him.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to approach you, but he knows you first before you know him. And he has an idea of who you are. He's going to be wrapped up in that for a little while.
Probably because of the show.
Never know.
Right.
Yeah. Something dealing with a cousin too. A cousin. Look out for a conversation by a cousin soon. So maybe when you go for your dad's services, I don't understand what this is. This conversation is, it seems both happy and sad all together. But this person who's having this conversation with you is hiding something. They need a little more attention. They just need more attention, more time, more conversation. Whoever stands out to you most, just know that when the event, after you leave and go back home, you need to take some time out and give this person some undivided attention. Just phone calls more regularly, text messages more regularly.
A cousin? Oh.
Cousin. That's what I got.
And it's...
Do you have siblings? Does your dad have siblings?
Yes. But now my cousins on my mother's side, my first cousins were all close.
Okay.
My cousins on my dad's side, I need to get to know them again. So, and I'm thinking that this is going to make that happen.
Yeah. Somebody's going to approach you with a conversation, but they're going to need more from you than just that conversation. They're going to need more attention from you in particular.
Okay.
Yeah. So just be cautious of that.
Okay. I'm open to that. Well, I do have a couple of cousins that I cut off. My cutoff game is strong, but yeah. Stop asking specifics, Kyrie. Shut up, Brazil.
Yeah, so I think that's what I got for you now. I'm going to tell you something else offline.
Okay.
That I think is a little private.
Okay.
But let's see what happens with those things. Let's see what happens with the conversation with the cousin, the potential for the move.
Child, the move that's what's wigging me out. I don't want to move.
Yeah, there's definitely a move coming up.
My show.
Does it have to be where you are?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I would have that conversation.
Shit, for all you know, the whole goddamn show might be up and moving somewhere. I don't know. We think we know how things could possibly play out, and it'll be a hurricane. The whole world will change.
Because you know what? Now I'll be honest with you, and I'll say this on the air. The only thing that's keeping me here in Los Angeles is this.
It's the show. Otherwise, where would you go?
You said it, but you said you don't see it.
Atlanta. Yeah, I saw Atlanta because you said it before.
Then you said, well.
But Texas kept poking out.
We'll talk off air.
Texas highlighted itself.
We'll talk off air about that one. But okay. I think we'll talk off air.
Okay.
Okay. All right, listen. That was good. Come through, Denin, okay?
Yeah. I would more like to connect with ancestral spirit. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that I asked for in the prayer was that if your dad had a message for you, that I could share that.
And that was good. But he's okay.
He's a young spirit, so he has to get his power back first.
Right. He's okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, he's okay though. He's okay. Just FYI, I've said this to you before. Grief is only for us.
Right.
Nobody else is experiencing grief. There's love there. Here is where the pain is. So the hardest part of losing somebody is you having to stay behind. Mm-hmm. But they're good. They're good. The sadness is for you.
And it's good because I prayed that he would be in not in no more pain. I want him to be free and happy.
Yeah.
Pray for.
And he is.
Good.
He is free or happier than we could ever understand. Death is really something we should all be looking forward to. Not
soon.
Go kill yourself. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. But it seems like we have this fear of dying.
We do.
And I don't get it.
I do.
What? Why? Tell me, what are you afraid of?
Well, not me. I'm just saying.
Tell me what is it I don't get?
It's because of religion, and we don't want to go to hell. We want to do what we do, but we don't want to go to hell. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go to a fiery pit. I don't want to be down there and fire-breathing dragon and weeping and gnashing the teeth. Knock that out of my teeth. If I'm a spirit, how the hell are you knocking out my teeth?
Right.
So I don't want that.
That's how you know it's lies. All lies.
That's why people. That's really the ultimate reason why people are afraid of death. And you afraid of what you don't know. Because I don't know what's on the other side of this world. All I know is living. I don't know death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to think. If you die, if someone dies and their spirit is still around, I was just looking at. I'm in a group on Facebook where. Actually, it's my medium group where we work on strengthening the gift. And a lady had posted a video of something looks like it's pulling her baby out of the bed. a 2-year-old out of the bed. And you see these bees flying around the room and fly out of the room when the baby wakes up, because when the thing pulls him out of the bed, he's 2, but he literally get on the side of the bed and look under it like, what the fuck was that? But you see these things flying out. You have to think, if I die, but my spirit can still be active in this place. I die, but my spirit can be active in this place. What aspect of me can actually be in hell? Unless that is the hell. The body being gone and the spirit only being able to exist here on this plane and not being able to return. That's all I could imagine hell to be. Is finally being in a place where you can get to your peace, but the spirit does not leave. It decides, I'm going to just stay down here and kick it really bubble and fuck with y'all for a while. It doesn't even know that it can go. Right. And this happens, all the spirits get trapped all the time. Sometimes people have ailments in their bodies, and it's a whole fucking spirit in your shit that connected with you maybe even another lifetime. Or at some point when you were down or sad or had this portal open and somebody came in there and connected to protect you, to protect themselves, to feed off of something good you have, you wouldn't believe metaphysically what can go on and happen within the body that you don't know nothing about. You think you got diabetes and come to find out you just, you got a motherfucker who owns a candy store living in your feed. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking around, but the truth of spirit connecting to you.
That's true. Yeah, that's real. I definitely believe in that. Yeah, very much so. But see, and even when I was a Christian, I believed in all that. But like you said, we're taught that that's evil and taught that it's bad. So, but I was always drawn to psychics and to magic and stuff like that. I always wanted to get into it.
There's a bad word that we don't use. That religion always, that religion made up. And modern Western civilization uses a bit more now than they did before, and that's witchcraft. We believe that witches put spells on people to do nasty, evil things to them. We'll never think of Glenda as the good witch, too. We'll never think of her.
My friend just said that to me today, tells him he's Glenda. But yeah, because he's into magic and tarot and all. And he's like, he's Glenda. That's funny.
Yeah, nobody ever thinks of Glenda. We always think of the bitch with the buff on her nose and a broom and right. But in reality, witches were our medicine and our magic people. They were our seasayers. They were our prophets. And until this is the history of it, no bullshit. Witches, Africans, not witches, let me not call them that, medicine people, herbalists is what they were. They were simply medicine people and herbalists, Africans, religions. When they called on spirit and things began to happen, the Protestant church wanted to know the secret. How do you do that? And what is that? Because these people would not release that information, they literally started killing them. They started killing them. A public relations and marketing campaign was put on by word of mouth, because that's what you had back then, to make it seem like these people were creating the problems that were going on in the community. They were creating problems with the weather. They were creating problems with the crops. They had to go. The church came in and created what we now know as witchcraft. But these were usually religious rituals. This is how we came over as Africans, doing rituals. We were a ritualistic society. But when you read the Bible, it tells you they will do rituals are bad, pretty much.
Yeah.
Beware.
What we come from is evil. Exactly. What we come from.
Exactly. It's the origin of what we come from. This is how we communicate. This is why Black people talk about ancestors so much, but still will carry their ass to a church. Do you know that the church don't want you calling on your ancestors? So what is it going to be? The reason you call on your ancestors and you pour water and you burn candles and you clean the air with sage is so that you can have the gifts and the love of your ancestors come back to assist you. That's absolutely fucking natural. My grandmother walked this earth for over 80 years. You think that because she died, she don't still want what's best for me? No, of course she does. So if I call on her still to this day, she's going to come through for me. And she does all the time. And most of us know that. However, instead of us calling grandma or granddaddy, we'll be like, oh God, oh God, come through.
Jesus.
And that's not Jesus. Call on who you need to call on, but don't demonize other things because your book tells you that they're wrong. That's not true. So much gets lost in history and written over and whitewashed. We got to be better about understanding why things are considered wrong and bad. Mm-hmm. And by the way, just like they're good Christians, they're bad ones. And just like they're good herbalists, they're bad ones.
Right. Now let me ask you. Go ahead. No, because you mentioned burning sage. So you burn sage to cleanse. Are we supposed to? Are we supposed to put something there to replace the bad? When we get the bad energy out, because you do white sage, you get out the bad energy. Are we supposed to put something else or burn something to bring in good energy?
No. What you're doing when you're burning the sage is you're making your intentions. Before you burn the sage, you make your intentions. Why I'm doing this? I'm doing this to clear the room of any energy that doesn't belong here, to allow a path for God to come in. So you're saying that as you're doing the saging of the room, you're telling entities that are not welcome there that they must leave. You're inviting in the entities that you want in during that time. So as the entities are leaving through an open window, door, whatever you have going on, you're also allowing a portal for the energies you've asked to come in. So there's nothing else for you to do but be intentional in your intention and ask for what it is you need. But again, all of this intention and burning sage, all that shit still come with prayer. Like, we still pray it.
Right.
And people are like, well, who are you praying to exactly? Well, I'm praying to God. Now, my God might not look like yours, but I'm praying to God and trying to get into the details of what my God looks like so that you can demonize it. That shit ain't of God. So if you're a Christian and you breaking down how I worship and love and live and believe, that shit ain't of God. According to your Bible, you ain't supposed to be judging me. So
judge not, lest you be judged.
Let the man, when cast the first stone who has no sin. The deal is we all here to learn something. And however we get that lesson, it's not for anybody else to judge. It's my fucking path. Mind your fucking path. So let me mind my path. And I'm not here to convince you that my path is the right one.
Right.
I'm just telling you this is the one I use.
And it's for
and
you,
it works
right?
For me.
Exactly. So now with that being said, because Lamar, we ran out of time. Lamar wants a reading. Where can they reach you?
Follow me on Instagram at Weed & Psychics. Follow me on Facebook at DEN space IN and send me a direct message and we can chat it up. We can do some things. But keep in mind that you're working with a novice. So I'm doing my best and I'm learning. And the more people who come to me and let me do readings for you, the better I'll get over time. But this is something that I would love to do all the time and full time because it's loving to me. It's loving to me for me to tell you what's coming for you. And it's also loving for me to tell you, anything I see for you that's not good because you have the opportunity to make some changes before it happens. What psychics tell you is still all changeable because we all have a will. We all, the freedom to make a decision, which means that we can change things. And as long as you can change your reality, you're God. But I ain't gonna say no more on that.
Well, you're welcome, Lamar. He said, "Thank you, guys." So you're welcome, Lamar.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I have thoroughly, I always enjoy talking to you, but I have thoroughly enjoyed having you on as a guest. Denin, ladies and gentlemen, Weed and Psychics. Be on the lookout for that. Hit her up, like she said, follow her at Weed and Psychics. Hit her up at Denin, DEN space IN on Facebook. If you want a reading, hit her up, private message her, and y'all work it out. Anyway, thank you again, my love. Thank you. I love you, love you, love you.
I love you back. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And you guys, have a wonderful week. I will not be here for the next couple of weeks. I'll probably do repeat shows. Yeah, because next week, my father's funeral will be either Friday or Saturday. We're deciding on tomorrow. And I'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio for that. And I have to stay there, stay in there a couple of weeks to take care of his business and, do all that stuff you got to do. And also I want to be with my mom for Thanksgiving,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So our parents this really showed me how my parents are not immortal. I've always viewed them as immortal because I used to see my mother and my father as this strong figure. I'm working on this.
Superheroes.
And I haven't done spoken word in a minute. But, of course, Lester Jones will pull me up out of retirement. So I'm going to do a tribute piece to him at his funeral. And as I say in the poem, it wasn't Black Lightning, Black Panther, or Black Vulcan. It was a little short black man with a big mouth from the South named Lester Jones. That was my first superhero. That's what it was for me.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
So if you have your parents, take care of them, treasure them, love them. I'm going to get off here for
Make sure they're loving you too, though.
Yes. Make sure you guys have love of them. And they're loving you. Make sure it's a healthy relationship. I will say this. I'm a firm believer. I'm trying not to cry. That if you...
Cry, bitch.
If you
we need some ratings. Cry.
Shut up. If you have a not so great relationship with your children or with your parents, you can fix it. Because I always thought I would never be able to fix it with my father. And then the final straw came when we had a big blowout. And we didn't speak for 5.5 years. And I had I had given up. But then one day, Spirit spoke. I didn't listen to my ego. I listened to Spirit. And said, call him. And I'm like, I don't call him. Why should I call him? I said, why can't he call? My argument was, why can't he call me? Why I got to do this? But I finally gave in, and I called. And to my surprise, he was overjoyed to hear from me, and we had this conversation, and I understood what everything was about. So, be open to have conversations with your parents, with whoever, Like I said, right now I have 2 cousins I'm not dealing with. One of them, I really would like to have a conversation with. The other one, I don't give a fuck. Is that bad to say?
No.
Because it is what it is. And my thing is, I've always said this: you can do whatever you want to me, within reason. You can do whatever, say what you want to say about me, whatever. But if you fuck with my mother, that's when we have a problem. That's when we have a problem. Especially if my mother's been good to you. I have one of the mothers that will, child. If you went to my mother and said, Ruth Ann, I need a place to stay, she's gonna open the door. Come in, Denin. Ain't seen you, but she know you know me. But come on in, Denin, and just invite you. And that's how my mother is. And for someone to take advantage of that, especially you family, that's kind of, it's mean-spirited.
Yeah.
But anyway, be open to conversation, people. Open up and all the good stuff. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. I love you all. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. Love you. Peace.
Peace.